fucking car to drive. And you talking shit about me? Shut the up. Y'all don't even got a fucking house to wash your ass. And then you talking shit about me? Shut the up.
Even like when my children, love my children. All four of my children are adults. And I told them, listen, no more handouts. No more handouts. It can't.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter is speaking out after claims that her father stopped supporting her financially, leaving her to face criticism over depending on her parents for money. She says there is nothing embarrassing about receiving financial help from your own family and argues that she should not be judged for it. She also claims that Floyd's decision to cut off the money is not simply about teaching her independence, but because, in her view, he may be facing serious financial problems himself.
You mad? Wouldn't you want to... I want the same thing for my son. I don't want him to ever have to work. Why does that bother so much? And why is that always being thrown in my face like that's such a bad thing? That's not a bad thing.
During a recent podcast appearance, Floyd Mayweather Jr. opened up about how he handles money when it comes to his children. He explained that he has reached a point where he cannot keep handing them money every time they ask for it. Mayweather said his goal is to push his children toward financial independence so they can build and manage their own lives without depending on his wealth or the success he earned throughout his career.
Money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money, I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, from here on out, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
After Floyd reportedly stopped her allowance, Yaya Mayweather has sparked conversation by revealing that she would like to experience life with a traditional 9-to-5 job. However, critics quickly question whether she could realistically handle the demands of a regular workplace, given her privileged upbringing and lifestyle.
This story about Yaya Mayweather, right? So Yaya Mayweather is the daughter of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Obviously, Floyd Mayweather, a world-time iconic boxer, made $1 billion in his lifetime. Money team.
Come on.
I seen her, and I was kind of torn. At first, everybody was like going at her, ha, oh my God, y'all going broke. But I'm like,
never.
You know, I wasn't really mad at what she was saying. So basically, she was saying, lately, I've been bored. So bored, I was thinking about getting a job just for the fun of it.
Just for the fun.
Now, for full context, she's been rich her whole life.
Oh, yeah, she's a Nepo baby. She's
a Nepo.
She is the example of what it looks like to just only know lavish, only know luxury, only know the finest of the finest.
And then her dad is Floyd, so all he do is
floss.
Like, he got floss, he got 100 cars, he got all of this. They fly in a private jet.
Right.
So her whole life is luxury, and she probably has never had to struggle or had any type of adversity. She don't know, and she can't relate to anybody. This is probably why she can't create no products or services to monetize her startup, because she really don't.
Critics are also questioning whether Yaya Mayweather has developed strong financial habits, despite being raised around her father's enormous wealth. Their point is simple. Having plenty of money does not mean someone automatically knows how to handle it. Budgeting, saving, and investing are important skills, and without them, even a huge fortune can disappear surprisingly fast. This also connects to a wider concern among wealthy families, where some second-generation heirs struggle to preserve the money they inherit. Critics often blame poor financial education and an upbringing that may encourage entitlement instead of responsibility and discipline.
You know what's up? These little girls don't know how to do nothing. And she's sitting on my I'm bored. And y'all can say, well, her daddy rich, but like, what if something happens to her father? Oh, we got trust funds. Okay, cool. He may have trust funds. But does she know how to budget money? Does she know how to make money? Does she know the value of money? That empire, that estate is gonna be gone. And statistics show that 85% of second wealth generators from their parents go broke because they don't understand how to manage it, which means there's a few reasons. Either we spent too much time making it, we didn't have time to educate our kids on it, and so we just gave them everything. Or two, they just don't give a damn. They just entitled, spoiled ass.
Yaya Mayweather has repeatedly rejected comparisons between her lifestyle and the lives of everyday people, saying her situation is simply not the same. Growing up as the daughter of boxing superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr., she was surrounded by wealth, luxury, and opportunities that most people never have access to. Because of that upbringing, Yaya has argued that judging her by the same financial standards or expectations as someone from a completely different background is unfair.
Have to stop. Literally, y'all have to stop comparing me, and even the people that y'all comparing me to, they have to stop. Okay, comparing themselves to me, because listen, y'all have to stop comparing me to people who wear fake designer stuff. Okay, let's start there. Who wear fake designer stuff? Baby, I'm walking into designer stores, Neiman's, Saks to get my stuff. They're not. They're getting these from these little boutiques, whatever. Let's start there. Now, then we're gonna go to stop comparing me to people who rent exotic cars, foreign cars. Baby, every car I drive, best believe, is paid for. It's not rented, paid for. In my last name is on the...
Yaya continues defending her right to receive financial support from her parents. Questions surrounding Floyd Mayweather's finances have grown even louder. Desiree wrote on X that Floyd filed a lawsuit earlier this year, accusing a former close associate of costing him around $175 million. The lawsuit reportedly claims that money was redirected over several years. Jewelry worth about $100 million was used as collateral for only around $13 million. A private jet went missing, and several real estate deals turned into major financial setbacks. Floyd's situation now appears increasingly complicated, although the person on the other side has reportedly called the allegations baseless and pointed to Floyd's own spending habits. Some critics believe he simply spent too much, while others think his financial problems could eventually motivate him to return to boxing for another major payday, possibly even the long-discussed exhibition with Mike Tyson. After building the Money Mayweather image and reportedly earning more than $1 billion throughout his career, losing a significant amount of that wealth would clearly be a major blow. According to the lawsuit, Mayweather also claims that his former associate, Jonah Renitz, gradually gained control over important parts of his business and finances while presenting himself as a trusted advisor and managing major financial matters for years.
Good week for Floyd Mayweather. Let's go. So now he has filed a $175 million lawsuit against his business partner, Jonah Renitz. So the name should be familiar to you. He has been described as Floyd Mayweather's right-hand man for decades. Also, he has been named in several lawsuits with Floyd for them being involved in scams themselves. The lawsuits include allegations for fake exhibition fights, allegations for unpaid jet bills, unpaid jewelry, unpaid services provided. But in turn, now Floyd is suing him and saying, hey, I never saw this stuff. You have scammed me out of jewelry. You have scammed me out of money. You've scammed me out of real estate. And so this is a big, massive lawsuit, guys. What's also interesting is Floyd has had an interesting support for the Israel community. Jonah Renitz is a member of a prominent Jewish Orthodox family. I'm curious if he's going to continue to have the same set support. I'm also curious to say if he's going to prevail in the other lawsuits. Is this a way for him to get out of it, or these false allegations against...
Dana White has also spoken about the reports involving Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legal and financial problems, even suggesting that he could be open to helping the boxing legend if the situation is as serious as reported. White expressed sympathy, saying it is painful to see someone who worked as hard as Mayweather and built such enormous wealth potentially lose it through theft or other financial problems. The lawsuit reportedly includes allegations involving stolen funds, fake investments, unauthorized transfers from bank accounts, missing jewelry, and even claims that Mayweather's private jet was sold without proper authorization.
Probably the richest and one of the most dominant boxers in the history of the sport. But now Floyd is stepping into the courtroom to fight for money he claims that he was never paid, and he wants justice on his terms. So let's talk details let me tell you about the lawsuit.
Showtime president Steven Espinosa has also responded to the allegations surrounding Floyd Mayweather's financial and legal situation, adding his perspective as the controversy continues to develop.
Mayweather filed a lawsuit in California against Showtime Networks and Steven Espinosa, claiming they helped his former advisor, Al Heyman, misappropriate a huge chunk of his fight earnings to the tune of $340 million. Mayweather says the money is still missing and unaccounted for, and he's now suing Showtime and Espinosa for aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty, civil conspiracy to commit fraud. Ooh, it's a serious accusation there. Conversion, unjust enrichment, and he's seeking punitive damage on top of the missing $340 million. So why is Floyd suing him, and what is he claiming? Well, Floyd argues that during his legendary career, where he generated $1 billion in revenue plus and pay-per-view money, a significant portion of the funds that he made through those events, through his fights, didn't make it into his hands because they were funneled through accounts controlled by his then advisor, Al.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas pointed out that former Showtime executive Steven Espinosa was also mentioned in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s lawsuit. Atlas said he has never been a fan of Espinosa and claimed that, in his view, some fighters have not always received fair compensation in boxing business deals. Atlas also suggested that Mayweather's well-known spending habits and constant pursuit of new income could be contributing to the financial pressure surrounding him, which may help explain why the boxer is now taking legal action.
Yeah, look, I can't say too much about it. The lawyers have asked me not to, but obviously Floyd is looking for $340 million, which he, I think, supposedly discovered 10 years later is missing. I think you can tell by my tone what my thoughts are about that. And look, all I can say is I'm confident in the legal process. I'm confident about, what the facts are going to show. And I look forward to this, playing out in court so everybody can see exactly what is true, and exactly what, where the money went. Because if you look at the, how my career has played out, I spent my career going back to representing both Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya. I've spent my career making sure that fighters are treated fairly and have gotten compensated fairly. And I've never done anything, but that. And I think at the administration that I ran at Showtime was one that was very fighter friendly, and I stand by that. And I know my reputation will continue to, to be that regardless of the.
ESPN writer Jason Whitlock has argued that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have spent enormous amounts of money trying to stay connected to celebrity culture and maintain a lifestyle that keeps him in the spotlight. Whitlock believes those spending habits could have played a role in Mayweather's reported financial difficulties and may have left him facing significant debts. He also suggested that the boxing legend could be considering a comeback after retirement, possibly because another major payday could help him handle his financial responsibilities and settle outstanding obligations.
I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinosa was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinosa. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's gonna say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape made it available. Where there was, there was a lot of job shortages in the business, if you will, and people are eager, of course, to fight on a platform like Showtime if you're going to pay them. It's a lot of fighters available, and you didn't have to be talented to put on good fights at Showtimes. Like I said, there weren't a lot of places to go. There was a lot of unemployment. There were not a million places to go and get paid. So if there was a place, boom, there was a line of people waiting to get into that.
Though Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned more money than almost any boxer in history, questions about his finances have continued to grow after years of massive spending. He became famous for showing off luxury cars, expensive jewelry, private jets, lavish properties, and an extravagant lifestyle that matched his money image. But critics say maintaining that kind of lifestyle can cost an enormous amount, regardless of how much someone earns. The ongoing reports and allegations have also sparked a wider discussion about how quickly extreme wealth can shrink when spending becomes difficult to sustain. Ultimately, even a fortune worth hundreds of millions or more can face serious pressure without careful financial planning, smart investments, and responsible spending.
Mayweather is an example of the stupidity of living for the culture and trying to be relatable and trying to be this incredible icon or example of, look how much money I've made. He's blown it all, and now at 49 years old, he's got to go back into the boxing ring and continue to fight because he's in a lot of debt. And this is what I was trying to make the point to Cam Newton about. This whole, I'm doing it for the culture. What has doing it for the culture ever gotten in?
Terrence Crawford said Floyd Mayweather's situation should be a warning for young athletes everywhere, not just in boxing. Crawford explained that no athlete can assume another big paycheck will always be waiting, so making smart investments and careful decisions with money is extremely important. He said money can be used to create even more wealth, but poor choices can also turn it into a major problem, especially when someone keeps spending while expecting another check to arrive. Crawford stressed the importance of planning for the future because many athletes fail to do that. At the same time, Shakur Stevenson defended Mayweather, arguing that even if Floyd is dealing with financial challenges, his situation should not be compared directly to that of an average person. Stevenson pointed out that Mayweather has built enormous wealth throughout his career, meaning that what may appear to be a serious financial crisis from the outside could still leave him with more money and assets than most people could ever imagine.
The amount of money, money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever, like there's all these lawsuits. Like he hasn't been paying things and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He gotta show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes quick.
Stevenson has also argued that Floyd Mayweather's continued presence in boxing should not automatically be interpreted as evidence that he needs money. From this point of view, Floyd keeps coming back because boxing has been a huge part of his life and remains something he enjoys. Although he officially retired from professional boxing, he has continued taking part in exhibition fights and making appearances connected to the sport. His ability to attract massive attention and generate significant revenue also gives him plenty of reasons to stay involved. Stevenson's argument is that Mayweather's return to boxing could be about his passion for the sport. Entertainment, business opportunities, and simply staying connected to the world where he built his legendary career.
The headlines with Floyd right now about the money issues coming back. Like, what do you think about stuff like that? What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I try not to get in too much of that kind of stuff because, right, people could talk about, oh, Floyd broke and Floyd this. Man, even if, let's just say, coincidentally, Floyd broke. Floyd broke ain't like everybody else broke, bro. Like, Floyd broke is a different type of broke. Like, Floyd broke is our super rich at the end of the day. So, now, to see him come back fighting, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe you know what I think my thing is with Floyd? I know him. So, like, me knowing him, I know that he just loved boxing too much.
What's your take on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s reported financial situation? Do you think the concerns are serious, or is there more to the story? Let us know what you think in the comments below.